Day one, running the full length of the Lake District. Let's see how we got on, shall we?
For anyone who doesn't know what the Cumbria Way is, it's a 120km stretch from Ulverston all the way up to Carlisle. Most people through hike it in 5 or 6 days, but we wanted to run it in 2.
Start of the Cumbria Way, day one, 70k to do. Come on.
The first few sections are really well signposted, so it's dead easy to follow, and the first 15 to 20 kilometres are just rolling hills across fields and farms.
Just on the first leg now, from Ulverston, and our first town stop will be Coniston, where we can refuel. First proper climb of the day, about 13.5k in.
I was joined for the full thing by ultra runner Dan Staves, who absolutely loves his Percy pigs.
At about 18k, should be lapping Coniston water in the next 3 or 4k. And then it's our first sort of aid station of the day.
At around 23 kilometres we reached Coniston Water, which meant our first stop of the day was nearing.
Woo. Coniston Water, beautiful.
We eventually reached the village of Coniston, where we fueled up on butties, brews and full fat coke, and you already knew what time it was.
And just like that, we're back moving and grooving.
The next section involved a lot of forest running and puddle dodging, but we did pass by the beautiful Tarn House and ran right beside Colwith Force.
Second little climb of the day, got about 7.5 miles until the next town. Look at this scenery. Another little climb. So far the elevation's been quite kind to us. Almost halfway for the day.
We were then fast approaching our second stop / aid station in Elterwater at just short of 40 kilometres for the day, where we refueled with cake and more coke, topping up our flasks in the process. And off we went again, chasing down the lovely Langdales.
Woo! Almost at the marathon distance. Feeling gravy with chips and a large sausage.
Chatting absolute shite at this point clearly, but the Langdales were in view.
Sexy Langdale. And that's officially the marathon distance done. Only a half marathon, a part run, and a victory lap to go. The distance might be filthy, but the views are naughty.
Next stop was New Dungeon Gill, where we had Andreas joining us. This is a lovely lad who I met at a pub in the Lake District a few months back where he works, and we stayed in touch through our mutual love for running, and he provided snacks. What's not to love? It was then on to the biggest climb of day one, where we gained over 400 metres elevation, but you know what they say, what goes up must come down. And down we went with almost 50 kilometres in our legs. This was a much needed section.
53k on the card. This is officially the longest I've ever run.
This next section over to Derwentwater was proper ankle snapper territory with mixed terrain, and it was really difficult to find any sort of flow.
65k, not where I thought we'd be at 65k, but you know, we love some bonus miles. There's 2 things I've never been happier to see: Derwentwater and Boardwalk.
This meant we were on the final stretch of the day around the lake into Keswick, where we'd camped for the night.
72k, and I'm still moving. It's 20k more than I've ever ran before, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Day one, done. Catch you tomorrow for day 2.